Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to your general messages for career and love for the second week in November. I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm going to start with a couple of the general aspects that are going on in the sky. Then I'm going to get into relationship, and I'll timestamp for career in the discussion box below. Okay, in the discussion box. So I hope you guys are doing great. So we have a lot of Mercury and Scorpio energy this week. We have Mercury entering Scorpio on like the 10th into the 11th, depending on where you live. And then we have the new moon in Scorpio on the 14th. And both of these things are going to be happening in your 7th house, Taurus. So 7th house is to do with partnerships of all kinds. It's not only marriage partnerships. It has to do with business partnerships, anyone who we have a shared soul connection with. So could be a close family member or a close friend. But it is this idea, what does it mean with Mercury and Scorpio hanging out together? Mercury rules Gemini and Sagittarius. It's not only about communication. Mercury rules Gemini, which is the 3rd house, yes, of communication, of siblings, of learning, right? Gemini is the student. It has to do with signing papers, signing on the dotted line. It also rules Virgo. Virgo is the 6th house energy, having to do with our day-to-day experience. If we're working, our day-to-day work experience, people we work with, it has to do with our health, mental, physical, emotional. It has to do with our small pets. So Mercury is hanging out there. Now with Scorpio, Scorpio is all about transformation with Pluto as its modern ruler. Right, Scorpio is that 8th house energy of, a lot of you guys, Taurus, I want to say, like a lot of you guys are going to be doing a lot of serious thinking and speaking about how you show up or how other people show up in connection as a we energy and not a me energy, meaning because we have this heavy Scorpio energy, which is 8th house, that has to do with our partner's money. It also has to do with how we blend our money with our partner, having to do with our marriage partner, a business partner. It has to do with how we share communication, how we connect. If we're dealing with our intimate partner, it has to do with intimacy. What does intimacy look like? It has to do with endings and beginnings. It also has to do with Scorpio also rules like the stock market, anything that happens in cycles, insurance payouts, all of these things, right? So we're going to have that energy sort of like underneath it all. But now all of this is going to be happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So this is why I'm saying you might be thinking about how you share money, how you share communication, how you share connection in relationship, how you share intimacy. Is it fair? Is it not fair? Who shows up how? What does all of that look like? Thinking about something that's ended. Thinking if there could be some sort of new beginning or some sort of transformation, or thinking about really leaving something in the past now, allowing it to heal and opening yourself up to a new energy, very much about that. And now also on the 12th, we have Jupiter conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, which I really like this, and it's happening in your 9th house. So your 9th house has to do with your philosophy, belief system, has to do with higher education, foreign people, foreign lands, foreign travel, right? But now, what does it mean to have Jupiter conjunct in Pluto? Jupiter is about luck and expansion. Conjunct means working on integration, and Pluto means transformation. So there's going to be this focus on transforming something that's very fortunate for you. Very fortunate, that needs to be changed, having to do with your mindset, your philosophy, your belief system, some sort of new opportunity coming in for foreign land, foreign travel, connection with foreign countries. This could have to do with something very fortunate happening within higher education for you as well, okay? So something fortunate happening there for you in that 9th house. Now also we have Mars is going to be stationing direct in Aries in your 12th house on November 14th. Mars has been retrograde. There's been a very palatable kind of feeling like you're feeling held back. The 12th house rules the unconscious mind. It rules our dream space. We do call it the house of self-undoing. It's where we can often allow ourselves to feel victimized, where we can actually martyr ourselves for sure, but you were feeling this sense of being held back. So you might have felt held back, or spirituality also hangs out there. So you might have been having a hard time figuring out, like, what is your spirituality and what does it all mean and how does it connect to how you live your life, and really trying to connect with your inner self and your that inner deep self-conscious, it's a subconscious part of yourself, and you having a hard time accessing that, right? Now it's going to be lifting. Actually, this week is going to be bringing something to like a boiling point, and it's going to incite change for you in that area, which I think is really good. Because it's the 12th house is ruled by Neptune to begin with. There's a lack of clarity there. Now to have Mars retrograde in there, but to have Mars retrograde in there, Taurus, means that there's been something that you've needed to look at deep inside of yourself, having to do with how you function, the deepest part of yourself, your thought process, that core of where everything sort of begins, that that inner space inside of you that incites why you do what you do, right? The choices that you make. So we're going to start with Island Time Wellness as the oracle, the crowning oracle for relationship. Okay, Hand of Cards, the Grim Reaper, Love, Runner, Cupid's Arrow. Wow, we got a nice mix here. My goodness, what a mix. Hand of Cards, it's taking a chance, a risk, being strategic, options, not showing the hand, gambling. Okay, not showing your hand, okay. But we do have this idea of the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. Grow and transform your life. So something's over. Now this could have been something that just ended, or could have ended a while ago, and you're now just coming kind of to terms with it, that it really does sort of need to be over, even though there still may be love there. Unconditional love, but it, as it turns out, there was somebody who kind of like was a runner in a codependent relationship. They had a fear of intimacy. This could be you, this could be them. Maybe this could be something that you're realizing about yourself in that 12th house energy. Don't beat yourself up. I mean, it's part of the human condition, it's never judge yourself, right? If any of these things resonate where you're like, oh, that makes me feel uncomfortable, sometimes we just need to look at things. But Cupid's Arrow means have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, meeting, hesitation, but the hesitation comes because of, it's like this leftover energy. So I like the book ending. We have the Cupid's Arrow, which is love is coming in, and then Hand of Cards is taking a chance. Okay, and you're opening yourself up to different options because something has ended. Even though I do see that you still have feelings for someone, it doesn't seem like that relationship as it was is very viable. Because somebody, I don't know, they ran away. I mean, maybe it was you running away. You were very, you feared the intimacy, or you listened to ego, or they did, right? And it just became something that became too uncomfortable to deal with within the relationship. So it's over. So it's just time to now take a chance and move forward into something else, right? And just have faith, though. The idea here certainly is to have faith in the fact that, just because you had a bad experience, or not even a bad, maybe it was a good experience, but timing wasn't on your side, or there could be so many reasons, right, why relationships don't work out. But that doesn't mean that the next relationship is going to be that, right? So you want to be sure that you don't, you don't broad stroke in any way. You just want to be careful of that. Okay, we have a couple of, okay, I like these. We'll take these. We have the Fool and the Queen of Cups. I'm taking these as extras, my friends, okay? So nice. Queen of Cups is a very nurturing person, somebody who's very healing, supportive. You know what I like about the Queen of Cups energies? I always say it's a Gemini and Cancer energy. How beautiful is that? Gemini, it's like having the conversation about what you want, need, and desire to feel very safe and secure and loved in a situation, and feeling like very open and ready and honest to have that conversation about what you need. And then we have the Fool energy, which is about a fresh hope and taking chances, and there being this new path, this new beginning, this new adventure that's right in front of you. So that's really good. I like that a lot. So that needed to come out separate from these jammies here. So we're going to do past, present, near future, and then final outcome. Okay. pull 4 for each position so we get the most messages that we can. Okay, so we have that 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like one-sided relationship you were feeling in some way, Taurus. Something was more one-sided. In the recent past. So yeah, 6 of Pentacles. One-sided, you know, there could be selfishness involved here. Maybe you were dealing with somebody who was selfish, or you know, maybe you were selfish. You know, the energy in the relationship reads, the energy is so close it could be enmeshed, you know. But it was this idea of like selfishness involved here for sure. But struggling with something because something felt unfair. You know, Justice reverse is it's a Libra energy. It's a 7th house of relationship kind of thing. Yeah. So having this in reverse is this element of dishonesty or unfairness. You know, for some of you, there might be legal issues that are going on here, Taurus, that, you know, that's playing a role in the relationship. But it's like this lack of fairness, right? And because it's Libra's ruled by Venus. So it's this idea of there not being fairness having to do with communication, connection, the love, maybe even money within the connection as well. We have this working with the King of Wands reverse and the 8 of Cups reverse. So the King of Wands reverse, this is a bully, right? This is a bully. Taurus, you might have also been dealing with somebody who had some sort of, how do I say this? Like sexual problem. Like maybe they had some, let's just say that, sexual problem where they had a challenge in that area. But they didn't want to really talk about it. They didn't want to engage in it. Never a comfortable thing. But there was this weakness surrounding it, and they weren't quite ready to like fully embrace it. So, and they were maybe very defensive about it. And I know that's a very specific message, but that's what I'm being called to say. For others of you, this could just simply mean someone who's just really a bully, somebody who is very manipulative, and they're very controlling about how things roll out. And they're also somebody that you just find that no matter what you do, there's always this sense of delay about them within relationship. There's always this something getting in the way. There's always some sort of issue. So we have this working with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, which I really like, because this is about fully learning from the past. So this is also indicative of somebody returning home in the recent past, and maybe somebody coming back around in a relationship, you going back around, somebody moving out and going back home to their family, or somebody moving back in if they had moved out, that kind of thing. Or it could just be a metaphor for, you know, you going back to a space that you feel way more comfortable in. And out of a situation that felt very sort of like toxic for you, right? And that's the best way to look at it, because the 8 of Cups, it's a walking away from something that's just too heavy and toxic, right? But you learning from that, like there's definitely like a lesson learned, definitely a nice lesson learned from the past. Now, right now we have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 9 of Cups in reverse. So when we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, this is somebody who has very unrealistic expectations. You could be dealing with somebody who's super moody, who is not very easy to communicate with. You might be feeling this right now. You may feel like you may be realizing that you have unrealistic expectations, who knows, but you may be realizing this about somebody that you're connecting with as well. And we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, which is about having kind of a lack of focus or ambition on doing the relationship the right way, being too focused on things being perfect, either in your own mind's eye or from like the perspective of other people. Things have to be perfect, but you being in the space of wanting to work on something or at something, yet you have this, there are these unrealistic expectations here, Taurus. So you may have this situation set up in your mind's eye that's just not doable in reality right now with relationship, or you're dealing with somebody else who's just like not based in reality. It's like unrealistic what they're expecting of you. Like they want you to forgive them perhaps for something that they've done or handle things in a certain way that it's just entirely unrealistic, right? Within the confines of reality. We have this working with the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Swords energy does indicate a retreat, right? It's resting, and it's resting with the point of trying to feel a sense of renewal and a sense of recovery. It's, keeping yourself sort of in your own kind of little bubble for a minute and just focusing on healing. And not only focusing on healing, though, while you think about what you need in relationship, because at the same time, this is a Jupiter and Libra energy, and Jupiter expands whatever it's in. So there's this expansion of the Libra energy, which is all about relationships, which is ruled by Venus. So there's this, question after question of, what do I want from relationship? What do I consider fair, right? Because Libra is all about the scales. It's about justice. What do I think is fair in relationship? What should money look like in relationship? Who should bring what to the table? So while you're in this space of recovery, you're not just hanging out blank-minded. This is what you're thinking about. And we have this working with the Nine of Pentacles energy. So the Nine of Pentacles energy, I do like this, right? Because this is really about solo pleasures, being very self-sufficient right now, focusing on yourself, giving yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of luxury, maybe buying a little something for yourself as a little thank you for being so fabulous to yourself kind of thing. But giving yourself something, right? Maybe it's a massage, you're buying a cute pair of shoes, or just, whatever it is, just treating yourself to something nice and focusing on you for a minute, and really what you need. Now we have the near future. We have the High Priestess energy with the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is about this new idea coming in. Now for some of you, this is going to be the urge to create, meaning some of you may be realizing, I really want to have a baby, or I really want to own a home, or if those of you are in relationship, I really want to open a business together, or I want to do something. It's this urge to create. You're definitely going to be having this urge to create. You're going to be functioning, though, in your High Priestess energy. So you're going to be trusting yourself, right? This is very much an intuition-based energy. But remember, the High Priestess is connected to the moon. And what do I always tell you about the moon? The moon is a very subjective space because it rules our inner world and what we're feeling inside of ourselves. And there's no one in there to check us, right? The moon rules the 4th house of Cancer. And another word or another phrase that we use for the 4th house is the place of the stories that we tell ourselves. So you just want to make sure that whatever you're thinking for yourself in relationship or thinking about relationship, that the narrative is based in reality, and not on your own fears, or not on any suspicions, or not on, anything other than what is true in reality. So I do see this because it's wands are will and motivation. Ace is brand new. So you just want to make sure that you're seeing everything for what it is and not the way that you want it to be. We have this working with the Hermit reverse and the Queen of Swords. So the Hermit reverse does indicate a period of loneliness or away from an energy. It does indicate repeating past mistakes and actually feeling kind of isolated and stuck. But at the same time, we have the Queen of Swords, which is all about being self-sufficient and being really, really honest. So the thing here is, Taurus, you're being really honest with yourself. You are. Going back to the High Priestess energy with the moon, right? The stories that we tell ourselves, I do feel like you're deeply communicating with yourself. You're not ignoring yourself or avoiding yourself like a lot of the other signs are this month. Believe me, a lot of other signs are. I don't see you doing that. I see the honesty of something. You feeling the honesty of something very much. And even though you're feeling isolated and separate from something, you're accepting of it. There's this very definitive sense of accepting, which I'm getting very, very strongly, which I really like. And then we have here as the final outcome of all of this. It's the final outcome. We have the wheel reverse, okay, working with the judgment energy though, which is great. So the wheel reverse does indicate, things out of control, you feeling very stuck in a rut. You may be recognizing that you had some bad luck in this particular area of relationship. But then we have the judgment energy, you coming in and saying, you know what, I did the best that I knew how in the moment with what I was presented with. You know what you know in the moment, and you don't know what you don't know what you don't know, right? It's kind of like that. So here with the judgment, there's clarity here. There's a final decision. There's a wake-up call. There's a wake-up call to what it is that you are meant to bring to yourself in relationship. It's this sort of figuring out what's necessary in your emotional space for you to feel happy in relationship. Have this working with the Six of Swords. Yeah, this makes sense because this is about a necessary transition. Some of you are going to be moving in, moving out, relocating, or it could just simply be getting your ducks in a row to move away from a situation that you're viewing as toxic right now. We have the World reverse, which is okay. It's still positive. Most positive card in the deck, even reverse. This is about an unfinished lesson. Some sort of unfinished lesson that's going on that is something you need to look at. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to return to a situation within relationship to learn it. It just may mean changing your perspective and changing the way that you view something. Okay? Because it does indicate delay. So as long as you continue to see something that has happened in relationship through a particular lens, it's not going to be able to grow you and expand you in relationship. Whether you have gone back with somebody, whether you're still in a relationship looking to grow a certain part of a relationship, it doesn't really matter. The idea here is that there is an unfinished lesson, and that if you don't pay attention to it, it's going to lead to a sense of permanence. So it could be this permanent block. So what is it that you're moving away, you're recognizing what doesn't work for you anymore. All of that's really good, even if it's only in your mind. But you have to make sure that you're very honest with yourself about that person, about yourself within the connection, whatever it is, because you want to turn this upright. When the world is upright, that means the completion of a lesson, and then Saturn gives us the blessings that we want to move forward. So any reversal can be turned upright. It's a matter of perspective. It's always about that. Okay, so that's what we have for that. Let's pull a few heart oracles, and then we'll get into career. Okay. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Very nice. Good piece of advice there. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Oh my gosh. Jumping around. Well, I'm going to take 4 because these popped out. I've only been pulling 3. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So, yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, I mean, again, this is just about coming to this point of acceptance. Something happened that was really challenging, and it's just about accepting that. And finding the friendship in a situation is a really beautiful thing. I feel like the secret admirer, though, Taurus, I feel like it's somebody that you've been with already, that you're not realizing that they may still have feelings for you. That is what I'm feeling. I don't know who that's going to resonate with. But remember, guys, don't try to make the messages fit. They're not yours this week. They're not yours. All right, let's move on to career. I'm going to be pulling the Norman, Crowning Energies. Okay, we have Clover. We have Labyrinth. We have the Mars Man. The Birch Broom. We have the Dice. Get a chance of something. Okay, we have Home. So this has to do with career. Not everybody has a career. So it has to do with money as well. The exchange of money. This could be with a partner, having to do with investments, having to do with some sort of family situation, or obviously it could just have, however you come to your money. But it does seem like there's something biting at your heels for you to take a chance on. that's going to end up being really, really good for you. Really kind of taking the bull by the horns, fresh path, new perspective, trying different things, Taurus, trying different things. Labyrinth energy is about, let me try this. Nope, nope, not that. Trying this job, maybe that job, this strategy, that strategy, interviewing this one, interviewing that one. You know, maybe redoing, going back to the drawing board, having to do with particular ideas that you're looking to incite here, right? But the challenge here, we have the birch broom, is always about conflict and argument, is going to be in taking a chance, because you're going to feel very conflicted about your foundation, about your home, about what you want, need, and desire to feel very grounded and firmly footed in your life right now. So it's like you want to take a chance, but there's also conflict in taking that chance and trying different things. And obviously this could be because of responsibilities that the home incites, and you not knowing if you should take this chance, because the birch broom is next to the dice, which means that the challenge here is in taking the chance on something that could possibly end up inciting some sort of challenge or not to your to your foundation. Could end up being a great thing. It's about taking the chance. Okay, let's see what we have. Wild unknown for career. Okay, the world reverse. Mother of Cups. Maybe some past. So the world reverse is like this, again, this unfinished lesson, right? You just got this in the other one. This unfinished lesson. This delay in something. Okay, then we have it with the Ace of Pentacles, which is indicative of a new career. Did I pull two for that one? No, I did not. Okay. Wands. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles working with the world reverse. So the world reverse, again, is about this unfinished lesson. There being some sort of delay in this new opportunity. This is in the recent past. So there was maybe this delay, you know, because the Ace of Pentacles is a new job, a raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income. Maybe that you know, it does seem like there was some delay in this coming to fruition. But we have this idea of the Chariot energy, which is about action and change and moving away from something toxic onto a path that serves you better. With the Mother of Cups energy, this is a very nurturing and healing, very supportive energy as well. So this could be, you know, maybe this is the type of job that you want to transition into. So that would be like some sort of caretaker, teacher, kind of something like that. Or this could be you just dealing with a very nurturing and supportive energy, having to do with this new stage of where you're going. Okay, feeling very supported. Or it could also be you feeling very focused on your Mother of Cups responsibilities, right? The fact that you may be responsible for nurturing and being supportive of a family, maybe of children, whatever. So you need to move away from something that's toxic to something that's going to bring you maybe a stronger and more solid foundation. And the current energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So the Seven of Swords, talk about the Seven of Swords in reverse first, is being caught in something, right? But there's this idea of making amends and fixing something. So some sort of light, some sort of truth could come to light. You know, you realize something, but you come to terms with it. You realize something about money. Somebody maybe somebody was hiding something from you, if it has to do with the finances within a family, a marital connection, a family connection, a friendship connection, maybe a business connection. But you guys having this sort of somebody is caught, right? And there's this, you're making amends, but there's some sort of punishment that ends up following this. is what I feel like, you're going to be dealing with. Yeah. And it's just not going to be like the best luck for you. This is like right now, I feel like, where you're going to feel like things are out of your control and you're very stuck in a rut. So it's like something comes to the surface, you realize something, and it makes you feel very, very stuck in a rut sort of thing, if that makes sense. All right, and then we have the Son of Pentacles, and this is about just being really reliable, very patient, just really focusing on your work. We have the Mother of Pentacles, which is about you being very resourceful right now and being able to grow something. So you're resourceful, but at the same time, you're being very strategic. You're really focused on inciting the strong foundation. Some of you may be very focused on literally working from home as well, or growing some sort of home-based business. That's a quite literal translation of it. This could also be just very much focused on growing your money in a way that's going to incite, again, the strong foundation for you, but not only you, for your home, for your family, for your base is how I want to say it. Now, in the near future, we have the Lovers reverse and we have the Hangman reverse. The Hangman reverse is about selfishness, right? Now, feeling like a victim and feeling like somebody was a traitor, like somebody was very selfish in their approach to something, or, somebody within the industry, something was about, dealing with a very self-absorbed energy where you're feeling like, are you kidding me? Like, I have no control over this. You're feeling like the victim of something, and you may very well be the victim of something, quite literally, but I do know that you're not going to feel very clear about it, right? Because this is a Neptune energy. A Neptune reverse is just like, I'm just so not sure. And having the Lover's energy indicates there being an ending of something, some sort of argument where there's some sort of discord, there's some sort of regret, but something not working out. So making this decision where it's like, listen, business partner, this is not working out, or you telling your boss, listen, I'm really sorry, this is not working out. So you might be, quitting out. Or this could be, the Lover's reverse could be if you're getting divorced or you're separating from somebody where you have shared resources and you're being like, look, this is not working out the way that, I thought it was, or the way that by all rights it should, something like that. Making a decision, realizing that something wasn't going to work out, some sort of family connection, family investment, but it being, a little confusing for you, no question. We have this working with the Death energy, though. So the Death, though, is about changes. Yeah, definitely it's time to move on from something so that you can transform yourself, kind of be rebirthed, find a new normal for yourself, get into something that you really love, something that you really, really resonate with, right? But we have it working with this Daughter of Swords energy. When it's in reverse, so the Daughter of Swords really is about this. This could be just like not such great news coming in. This could indicate some sort of legal issue for some of you, some like a tax issue, something like that. But there could just be this. There could just be weakness here, as well as like weak boundaries. Somebody not communicating well. You could be dealing with an immature energy as well, as far as communication. Somebody not telling you everything. Somebody not telling you the full scoop. But it's all of that I feel like is going to incite the Death energy, which is going to bring on these big changes, because you're going to be realizing these things, and then we have the Ten of Wands here. So the Ten of Wands, it's just like, cannot keep doing this anymore, right? You just can't keep doing it. It's too much stress. It's exhaustion, too many burdens. It's the energy of overwhelm. It's also the energy of like, I sometimes call it like a catch-22 kind of thing, where it's like, you want to make changes in your career, and maybe you want to get a new job. Maybe you want to make vast changes in the job that already exists in your life, right? But you just don't have the time to do it. It's like, no matter how many, you can't. You could start early in the morning, late at night. It's like, because there aren't 32 hours in a day, you cannot possibly get everything done. And you may be in a situation, Taurus, where you feel like, because of your other responsibilities, you're not able to, it's like you don't have the luxury to make a transition in a timely way that you would like to. That could definitely be it here, right? And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, which does indicate feeling this stress and mental block, right? You could even be dealing with some poor judgment right now because you're dealing with the dishonest energy having to do with money, and it's stressing you out. right? And we have the Daughter of Wands, and we have the Eight of Cups. I mean, I like the Eight of Cups, yeah. And listen, I like these. These are good. Because to me, this is about you finding a new project, a new passion, having a new creative idea, approaching something in a completely different way, being pushed to the point where you're like, oh, that's it, I'm going to just do this right now, and it going really well, because this is the Eight of Cups. I like this energy because this is about withdrawing and moving on and abandoning something because it's just not working. But the thing is, the Eight of Cups, it's like you might feel a little sad about something not working, maybe because of how you want the level of how you wanted it to work out at one point, or all the energy that you put into it, but you're leaving it with no regret because you almost feel like you left your soul on the floor with that situation. You feel like you did everything that you really felt within your power you can do, and it just ended up not working out, sometimes it just rolls out like that. But I feel like there's newness here, and there's not going to be regret, which is good. I feel like you've been dealing with something that just has not been speaking to your integrity at all, and you're deciding to take on a new path, which it kind of makes sense to me, because you're going to have Mars, which is that warrior planet, about fresh path, new perspective, let's go, finally going direct in that 12th house of your subconscious, of the dreams that you want for yourself. So it does make sense to me like that. Let's just throw some astro dice. Yeah, so we have Capricorn, which is all about work. Capricorn is the landlord of the 10th house of career. We have Mars, good. We get that warrior energy going in there. And then we have the 3rd house, which is Gemini, Mercury energy. So 3rd house is all about lots of communication going on, doing a lot of research online, reading, learning, maybe taking a workshop. It is the energy of the student. So really putting yourself out there to make some changes, I do feel like, at some point. So good. Taking that chance, right, with the dice. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good thing, especially because we got it with the clover and the dice. I feel like take the chance. It's going to end up working out really well for you. Yeah, let me just pull an astro card to close it up. Ooh, Yod, beautiful. Destiny. It's the finger of God. So whatever is happening now is happening exactly as it's meant to happen. It's a beautiful energy. That's what the Yod means. And then we have the moon. Very nice. Let's focus on the new moon in your 7th house. Now it's about feelings, right? Instinct. Trusting your instinct. Trusting your instinct. Very good. Gut reactions, right? Focusing, giving, honoring your emotions. Honoring that. Very nice. And it's also about, again, it does rule this 4th house of home. So focus on strong foundation, and that's going to help you out. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.